If you have a corporation in Canada and you think I made no money, so I probably don't need to file anything, that mistake can cost you. A T2 corporate tax return is not just for big companies, it's not just for profitable companies, and it's not something you only deal with when you feel like paying yourself. If your corporation exists, the CRA usually expects a corporate tax return every single year, even if the corporation had no revenue, no profit, or was inactive. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what a T2 corporate tax return is, who has to file it, what it looks like, and the common mistakes to try and understand without getting completely overwhelmed. So here you can see we have the T2 income tax return. This is how it looks like. This is the form you would be sending to the CRA when you're filing. All the different tax softwares that make this form or that fill this out on your behalf, they all look different, and I'll go through that in another video about all the differences between the different softwares. But as a beginner, you just need to know what is important for the T2. So here you have an identification page. So in order for you to file your T2, you must have a business number already assigned to you. So you've already incorporated, and if you're in BC, then you already got a business number. I think there are a couple other provinces like Ontario that also give you a business number on incorporation with the province. If you do not have a business number in a province where they don't give you one when you incorporate, you need to go to CRA's website and apply for a business number. Generally, when you're a Canadian resident or your corporate residency is Canadian, you will have to be filing this T2 return. You will need your corporate name, the tax year it applies to, the address, mailing address, location of books, and it goes through a few of these, like what corporation are you? Are you a CCPC? Most of you will say yes if you're a Canadian owned resident company. Many of you will be here unless you're a non-resident for Canadian tax purposes. And you'll just be answering a bunch of information questions here that most likely will not apply to you. Except maybe, is this your first year filing after incorporation? In which case you would say yes. On your T2, you will have many different schedules. You shouldn't feel too overwhelmed about this, but when you are filing it, you'll have schedules for capital asset losses, dividends, as well as your CCA schedule as well. So there's a few schedules you'll need to worry about when you're filing, but it usually starts with your identification. That's your first step over here. And that's the most important step to begin with, to make sure that the CRA actually will accept your tax return when you file it. So there are other importances when you are considered a CCPC. You will get certain benefits like claiming the small business deduction up to the first $500,000 of corporate income, which makes your tax rate or your corporate tax rate less. With these schedules, you can see all the different schedules that may apply on your tax return. When you go through this checklist, you'll pretty much be answering yes or no. And when you do answer yes, the schedule will attach to your T2. So for example, if you had corporations related to any other corporations and you said yes, you would need to fill this Schedule 9 out. For private corporations, does the shareholders own 10% or more? You most likely will say yes, in which case you'll have to tick this box and fill out Schedule 50. In that case, this will just be most likely one shareholder holding 100% of the shares. And then you can go through all these different schedules here. So here you have the adjustment for tax purposes, if there's any difference between accounting and tax. But as a beginner, what you need to know is that the T2, this is pretty much how it looks like. And then there's a checklist that adds different sort of schedules to your tax return that are attached to your T2 that you'll need to fill out. What's important to note is that you'll also need to attach your financial statements. Your financial statements will also need to be attached with your corporate tax return, meaning that you need to have a set of financial statements there done already. If we scroll down, you can see here the taxable income. So when you go from Schedule 1, it'll pool your taxable income, and it'll find out from Schedule 2 whether you had any charitable deductions, in which case they'll have here these different deductions that you can take on your corporation. This will bring you down to taxable income. So you'll have Division C deductions from net income for tax purposes to your taxable income here. You scroll down, and this is where we get the different rates. Whether you're a CCPC or not, you'll be able to claim a small business deduction. This small business deduction will bring you a lower amount of tax rate by about 19%. So the corporate tax rate will be lowered by 19%, meaning that you'll likely pay a tax rate between 9 and 15% depending on the province, up to the first 500,000. Then you have your general rate tax deduction, and these are things that you don't really have to worry about as a beginner. You most likely will only really have the small business deduction that you need. You probably won't even have any Part 4 tax or refundable dividend tax on hand up until a later point, so don't feel worried about that right now. Now, as you go through here, it'll calculate for you Part 1 tax and Part 4 tax. So once you have your Part 1 tax payable, this will be calculated based off of your corporate taxable income, and where it will be pretty much where you input your financial statements, and then you do your Schedule 1 adjustment and you'll get to this number. Your Part 4 tax for many of you will not apply, and you shouldn't have to worry about it at all. So at the end, you will have either a balance owing or a refund or a nil balance, okay? So depending on what happens, if you paid an installment and you didn't owe tax, then you'll get a refund of those installments back. If you are not doing well as a business, you had net loss, then you would have a zero balance here. And if you were profitable, you'll have to pay some tax on that, and there will be an amount owing. So the things you need to know when doing your tax return is you will need different schedules that will be assigned on the checklist here, that will be added towards your T2, that will be attached with your T2 schedule. You will also need to include your financial statements, so you need to be able to do your bookkeeping. You'll need your financial statements, which will be inputted in your tax return as well. And then the last step there is making sure you do your Schedule 1, which is adjusting between accounting income and tax income, and then everything else will be done for you. As someone that just started, you don't really need to know anything more about the specifics here. You just need to know the basics here, and this is the basic T2 and what it looks like. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more practical Canadian tax guidance videos. Remember, this is general information, not personalized tax advice.